Super Mario Miss here. I'm gonna make a review of some mixed products today. I'm gonna show you my MP3 players that I have laying around. I'm gonna show you also a handy recorder that records directly to the MP3 or WMA format, if you like. And it has a lot of functions, and it's of course with stereo sound. I'm gonna start with the recording handy device. This is Zoom handy device. Record button at the front, 2 microphones at the top, which means it has full stereo sound. At the back here, I don't think I can make it on the camera, there are some buttons you can push. Low cut off and on, auto level off and on, recording format, you can choose between WAV, WAV and MP3. I'm using the MP3 format because it takes less space. This device here goes on one AA battery, and the AA battery lasts long in this device. And this device here from Zoom is actually very expensive to buy. Here you have USB, mini USB, and it takes 3 volts, DC 3 volt USB it says. Here you have power and hold. I don't know if you can make it. If I do this, power, you see the mini USB here, power and hold. Here is, if you want to erase a file, you can press that button. You can search forward, backwards, and play the file that you have recorded. You have input level, you can adjust the level input, with other words. And here it has a line in for microphone. That means you can hook, for example, with if you have a cable that has 3.5 millimeter jack cable in each end, you can hook this up to your PC and you can record music from YouTube with this, for example. It's as long as you use the videos on YouTube for your own purposes and not distribute it, or what it calls, or give it to other people, it's legal, at least where I live. But it's for private use. If you use it for yourself, it's okay. So that's okay. So if you record with this, for example, from YouTube, you can record and find the video that has closest to the CD possibility to quality, and you just record it over in WAV or MP3 format, as I said, from the buttons on the back here. At this side, you have volume, up and down, and line out. You can also hook headphones so you can listen to the music at the same time. Here, it has a micro SD card. Inside here, I have a micro SD card on 32 gigabyte. That's the maximum you can put on this one. That means you can play, you can record hundreds of files on this card before you fill it up. You have 20 or 30 hours with music possibilities on that card. That's 30 gigabyte in here. I know that because I asked the guy what's the maximum limit I can put in this, and please give me the micro SD that you can use it at the full. So there you have it. Let's see if I can find a model number on this one. Model H1N2609 it says, and it also says Z494. I don't know what that means. This is made in China. Most of the products are made in China today. Designed by Zoom in Japan, but assembled in China. Okay, that means that the parts are designed in Japan and the product is made and completed in China. And this is a very good product. It's an expensive product to buy if you want this with stereo sound and with AUX input, if I can call it that, line in with stereo sound. You have to pay extra for that, but it's worth it. But it's expensive, let me tell you that. This is the way I record. I can also record voices and so on with this. So that's good enough. Great device. Now over to some MP3 players I have laying around here. I have 4 MP3 players. The first one is from Exible. That's a Swedish company. Probably, yeah. The text is gone on this. I have weared it off when I use this. This one here, I cannot use so much anymore because the battery in this one is close to dead. I can charge it through the port at the top here, the mini USB at the top, but it will last for maybe a half an hour or something, and it stops because the battery here is dead. This is an old device. This has 2 gigabytes of storage, so it's not so much, but consider its age, it's good enough. It has a color screen. You can also upload videos to it, but I don't see the reason for that because it is for music. Over there with it, next up I'm gonna show you is another one with only 2 gigabytes storage. This one is actually in good condition today and the battery is good. The downside with this MP3 player here is that the screen is on at all time. With it doesn't shut off the light, background light, which means that it drains batteries. So with full charger battery you have about 1.5 hours of playing time. This is Mp4 digital player, it says. It says Mp4, Mp3 player and voice recorder. Yes, it has a FM radio on board. You can record with it and hook it up to the USB and so on. Headphone output. This is a 2.5mm output, by the way, so I have to use an adapter. So that makes me have the possibility to use 3.5mm adapter, the most normal one. Plus aluminum case. So this, so that's, now it's at the floor. Alright, we go further on to the next. That's simple. This is Hitachi. I probably made a scratch on this cheap floor, it doesn't matter. Hitachi model number DMP504E. 4 gigabyte MP3 player. Yeah, this is only MP3. It has a monochrome screen in green. I don't see any wrong with that because it saves battery when it has a monochrome screen. This is very small. I can hold it in my hand like that. And I think the design is good on this one. And the only downside is that you get a warning before that you should not play too loud, and the warning blocks me from increase the volume on this one to make it louder. You have to wait 20 seconds to this message is gone, and you can then increase it to the volume you want. That's the only downside with this. I can understand it. It gives you a warning before you go out in the traffic to use this player, but it is more irritating than it's necessary. People are adults, or the one that use this should understand it anyway. That's one of the MP3 player here. This is the one I use most. This is Sony, and it says Sony at the front. At the back it says Walkman. That's because Sony has licensed the word Walkman. No other product can use the word Walkman than Sony, because of this, they have registered the word Walkman. So when you have another product, it says stereo cassette player or cassette recorder and so on instead. This one is made in China from Sony Corporation. The model number on this one, it doesn't say right away, but yeah, that's, yeah, here, sorry, here, NWZ-E384. This is an 8 gigabyte player. And this one I use a lot. The only downside with this, if you play with a little bit high volume with this, and it comes to a bass sequence that has a little bit of bass, the player actually turns the volume down. And that's a little bit irritating when you listen to good music and it comes a bass tune in the music and suddenly the sound drops. So it's minus for unstable sound, but the plus side is the battery in this one. It lasts very long, and I have this for a half a year, and I have charged it one time up to now. I know I need to charge it before use now, so it will be the second time I charge this. This has a color screen. You can also put videos on this one. It also contained, I don't think this one contains games, but the other one here that I managed to drop on the floor, it looks whole. This one has games inside as well from the factory. Tetris is one of the game. I don't see the reason. I want to use these players to play music and not playing games, but that's me. Headphone output at the bottom, mini USB here as well, and there's nothing more to see about on this one. Oh, I turned it on. Oh, I'm gonna turn it off again if I can. Yes, on hold. Oh, I hate this player here. It loads. You can see, if you can see this, I have only one left on the battery. Let's see if I can turn it off now. Hello. Isn't that power holder? It's power off. See you later. Yeah, that's okay. It's a little bit sensitive on the buttons, so if I touch a button, it will turn on. Alright, I'm not done with this review yet. I have something more to show you just very quickly. For those who have seen my game collection, I have bought a few more games, and I want to show this at the end because it's not too much, so I can bundle this to this review. Marble Madness from Milton Bradley to 8-bit Nintendo. I have bought Pac-Land for Famicom, Road Fighter for Famicom. If I do this, it's the original game from Konami. It says Konami at the top here. Let's put it in again. And I also bought a game called Onyanko Town. Yeah. I like this game. It's a little bit hard, but I like this game a lot. So that was a short review of my MP3 players and my voice recorder for dictation purposes, or if you want to record sound directly without using a PC to translate it to MP3, this is the thing you can use. And I showed you my MP3 players, and I managed to drop one on the floor. And I have a cheap floor, so now I managed to make a scratch in the floor. That's the way it is. A normal day. Alright, thank you for watching my review, and have a pleasant evening, everyone. Bye bye. Take care.